I had to get something for the dog. I got him a little jacket and I tied a rag around his neck to use as a scarf. I took the walking tour of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing here in Fort Worth, Texas. This is the original arch built in 1910. Quite a feat in its day with the concrete pillars. We're at the Fort Worth Stockyards. It used to be 125 acres where you could buy and sell cattle, horses, mules, etc. The biggest one in the United States, apparently. One of the few original buildings. Most of the area is going to tourism, but what are you going to do? Nobody's buying horses nowadays. You can get your picture taken on a real bull here. Quanah Parker, Comanche chief, gave the white folks quite a trial around here. Just like Hollywood, they have their own walk of fame. Anyone considered Western and famous enough. The original mule and horse barns, built in the early 1900s after the wooden ones burned down. If you look carefully, you'll see that's a longhorn steer, and it does have long horns. We're definitely in Texas. In Fort Worth, Texas, Amon Carter Museum of American Art. The Garden of Eden by Thomas Cole. Oh, I've seen this picture in many reproduction magazines, etc. Can you see Adam and Eve? Charles Russell, the medicine man. We're only in the lobby. Remington, a dash for the timber. Remington again, the mountain man. Look at the steep descent. The walls of the building are constructed of Texas shellstone. Outlaw by Remington. Center of balance is slightly forward. This boy is in trouble. A modern day Pegasus. John Quincy Adams Ward, the Indian hunter, considered to be one of the best bronze sculptures made in America. Russell as a sculptor. Without knocking. The smoke of a 45. Remington painted 1939. He rarely had mechanical objects in his paintings. And in Fort Worth, the Kimball Art Museum. Rembrandt. Very rare. A female artist, Elizabeth Lee Ruin. Picasso. Urn in the form of Cocaya, god of lightning and rain. By the Zapotec people, similar to the Incas in Mexico. We're at the Kimball Art Museum in Fort Worth. Bernini was the guy who made most of those statues in Italy that are still there today. Very famous fellow. He made some of He first used sketches and clay to make a miniature of what he was going to make, and that's the clay that's here too, and I believe some of the sketches. I'll try to get some pictures. They're probably not allowed. They have set up a little cubicle for each one of the cowboys, some of which have television presentations of their rides. Since I don't know any cowboys, of most interest to me was the buggy collection, or the wagon collection. Mail delivery, 1775. Is there irony in taking a picture of a photographer's cart? Why do we spend so much money on the last ride? This one has a compartment or a trap underneath the rear seat, designed initially to carry a dog. Oil wagon and a log wagon. Next to it, a fire cart. Remember in the movies, peasants throwing hay into a cart or a wagon? This needs no introduction. And the chuck wagon. A 4-seat sleigh, unusual because of its heaviness. Dangerous beasts. Now that's a tall cowboy. National Cowgirl Museum and Hall of Fame. The woman on the right, dressed in her finery, is riding side saddle, is looking aghast at the cowgirl who's passing to the left. She flies without wings. And of course the movie Cowgirls, Dale Evans, and the singers. Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth. Guess who? Andy, of course. Thank you. The Ark, as in Noah. There is some modern art being decently done. Looks like bleached wood, but it's actually bronze. Carbon steel. And this stuff is thick too. No pictures were allowed in the Titanic relic display area, so I had to take them surreptitiously.
There. So they had light bulbs?
Perhaps 10 miles west of Dallas, we're in Irving, Texas, at the National Office of the Boy Scouts of America. I don't know which came first, but every rendering that you see of a Boy Scout formally standing seems to be in this position. Did the statue come first, or did the picture come first? Entitled On the Trail to Manhood, which indeed it was. My favorite, entitled The Scoutmaster. Look at the red sign on the right. Rockwell did not do this one. Coca-Cola advertising. A national jamboree is an encampment of scouts from all over the world, actually, but primarily the United States and Canada. I went to the one in Valley Forge in 1957. That's the t-shirt. I took my merit badge with a BB gun. The patch industry wouldn't exist without the Boy Scouts. They have a patch for everything. I kid you not. Philmont Scout Ranch in New Mexico, a training not campground, but a training area for the adult volunteers. My dad went there. Took the whole family. We stayed, I believe, a week. A fellow by the name of Lord Baden-Powell founded the scouting movement by a different name in England. These are some of his personal effects. We're in downtown Dallas now, the John F. Kennedy Memorial Plaza. It's a cenotaph, or an open tomb. Of course, he's not buried here, as you well know. But this is the monument to him in Dallas. It takes up a small square block in the downtown area. It's very near where he was killed. This is the memorial right next to the street where Kennedy was shot. Across the street is the area I believe is referred to the grassy knoll, where perhaps other shots were fired according to the conspiracy theories. And this is the book depository. Of course, it's not called that anymore. It was simply a place where school books were brought in bulk and then re-sent out to the schools. You can count up to 6, and it's the one on the right-hand side of the building. An X in the street marks the approximate spot. As you can see, it's a fairly short range shot. The trees, of course, were not there at the time.